Hello, welcome to I Look Good Naked podcast with Terri J, Vaughn
and Cas Sigers-Beedles. How's everybody doing?
hey y'all. So we are back for season two of
two.
I Look Good Naked.
Naked.
Naked. And I look really good this season.
You do? Naked?
Naked. Yes. I don't know why.
I look really good this season. I've been working on me.
Good.
My mind and my body.
I think we all have. I think it's that time. Like everybody in my life, everybody around me, we're really focused on working on inner and outer.
Yes.
Everyone.
Maybe it is that time. It's transition.
It's that time. It is. It's time for transition. So we're happy to be back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for making our podcast so hot for our first season. And it's going to be even hotter this season.
I like that you do this. My keys are on the table. They shouldn't be. I'm going to put them on the table.
Keys are a part of life, and this podcast is a part of life.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go.
So again, we will start our
This is
show.
season 2. I know you said that.
This is season 2.
I know you
We're
said
very excited. This is season 2, episode 1. And I'm very happy to be sitting here with my very good friend, my sister friend, my business partner, my co-star and confidant, Cas. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Terri.
I believe you when you say that too.
I do.
Thank you.
I love you a lot. We've been through a lot.
Yes. So, Cas, do you have a quote of the day?
I do have a quote.
Good.
It's about family.
Family.
I couldn't find one, and I kept going through, and then I found one that just stuck out, and it's a little odd, but I'm going to read it anyway. And it's by someone actually I don't know, so I'm going to have to look him up.
Okay.
Yeah. It's by J.S. Bryan. I don't know who J.S. Bryan is, but I will definitely look him up. But it says, many men can make a fortune, but very few can build a family. And that just stuck with me because it's you get so caught up in making a fortune in life, in this and that we forget that the rock and the community and everything is the family. Like that's the base of everything. And I think a lot of where we are just as a community of African Americans, as a community, as a nation, it's because that family unit is kind of crumbling. Because we've gotten so caught up in building the fortune and making the fortune and being a powerful nation and all of these other things. So that quote just stuck out with me.
And the thing is that to build a powerful nation, you have to have strong families. You just do, because I think a nation without families will crumble.
It will, because there's no trust, there's no loyalty, there's no honesty, all these things that
and family is
require.
Not necessarily blood either.
No. We have a family like that. Like this morning. And we get together, we have a little entertainment family.
Yeah.
We have our community family. So yeah, I think it's just, we're in this world of, I call it make-believe. It's not really make-believe, but we're in this internet, the social media world where we don't connect to real people. We don't connect to anything real.
Right.
And that's where I believe that the destruction or the start of the destruction of family kind of started.
Right. And I don't think so much that we're not connecting, because behind even all that social media and the likes or whatever,
it is a connection.
It's real people there. I just think that because it's behind this social media screen, that we get to make up shit.
Well, it's a fake connection. It's a very fake connection, because you feel connected to the people you're following, and you can tell, anybody can follow me and say, oh wow, okay, Cas is married to this person, and she went here on this day, and she may have done this, and maybe they may know my children's name, but people don't really get the chance to or take the time to really get to know people anymore, because they're caught up in knowing the fake world of people. I don't know. Like, it's just really hard to explain. I mean, like the other day we were having a conversation with some of our friends, and they were talking about how many hours they spend on social media, whether it's work or play. And if people are spending,
this was a millennial.
And this was a millennial. So that's what I'm saying, though. But so if she's spending 4 to 5 hours a day online, that's literally 4 to 5 hours a day that she might have been spent talking to
someone,
an actual person.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a change in our times. So I do get that, because things transition all the time.
Right.
So it's always changing. I just think that with social media, it just goes too far with the facade of stuff and people, looking from the outside in, like, oh, they have it together, oh, they have all this. But you see such a small glimpse of what's going on. You don't see what's happening behind it.
Right.
And I just know with me personally, I do try to keep even my social media, even though it's still social media and it's still a screen, I try to be as genuine as possible because I do value even that connection with the fans and the followers or whatever. I value the connection, so I do try to keep it as authentic and real as possible and share as much of
your real life?
My real world that I feel comfortable with sharing with people. Because I think that we can all still learn and grow from each other, and we're supposed to. And we have this beautiful thing of social media that allows us to stretch across the world to share and connect with people.
Right.
But some people use it genuinely, and some people are just bullshitting.
Right.
So it just depends on who you are and what it's about for you.
Connect to realness. Connect to real people. Take time with your kids.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing too. Oh my God, I hate going to restaurants and everybody is on their phones. Yeah. It's like, I remember there was a time you actually went, or even having dinner. My family is super traditional, so we had dinner all together. We had breakfast all together. We ate together. We talked about what's going on.
You mean when you were growing up?
I'm talking about when I was growing up.
Right.
And even now, I try to do dinner together with everybody, and everybody's schedules, it's just crazy and different because my kids have activities. But it's hard. But even when we do it, I won't let them bring their electronics to the table.
Yeah.
But that's another part of connecting and building that family.
It's true.
Because it's parents who have no idea what's going on with their kids.
Right.
Because they don't even talk to their kids anymore. Much less over dinner. They just, kids are in this, the parents are in this. Yeah. And not, again, to judge, but it's just, we have to make a more concerted effort where before it was just easier.
We do. And I've been doing that. I've been taking their phones. Because they'll sit at the table, like you said, looking at the phone while they're eating, watching some video or something. And I've been coming around the table lately and just taking their phones.
Just disconnect for a moment.
Just stop. Just eat your food.
Just eat.
Just do and look at each other. Look at each other. Eat your food.
Look at each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe say something. So yeah. So that quote stuck out. Family is very important, and that leads into our whole thing today. We're talking about
we're talking about some great families today. But let me give you my woman of the day.
Your woman of the day.
Right. And so I remembered that I pulled her card before and I was going to read her. And then I got to this part where it said something about her feeding people to lions. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to read her. But now I'm
now you're
in
ready.
A place
Season 2.
And I'm
Season
ready
2, we embrace feeding
our
enemies to the lions.
Because some people need to be fed to the fucking lions. I'm sorry. So her name is, and Cass, help me, Amanarinus.
Amanarinus is how I want to say it.
It's A-M, just in case you want to look it up, A-M-A-N-I-R-E-N-A-S. Amanarinus.
Yes.
40 BC to 10 AD. So she's historic. She was a warrior queen of the powerful Nubian region of Kush, which is present-day Sudan, referred to as Candace in some European literature.
Of course, they would change her name to Candace. Where y'all can get that from?
Candy.
Amanarinus. You know what? I'm going to call you Candace. Yes. Who came up with that? Why did she even answer to that? Anyway.
Fought alongside her husband and son in a war against Kush's larger and more powerful rival, the Roman Empire.
Okay.
Took part in a preemptive strike against Rome and led a counterattack after Rome destroyed the capital of Kush and took thousands into slavery. Lost an eye during battle, which made her even more courageous as a warrior.
Okay.
Amanarinus and her army used gruesome tactics against the enemy, including attacking with war elephants and feeding captives to her pet lion.
The fact that she even had a pet lion.
That she had,
that makes her bad.
And I just wanted to read her because, let me finish. She has one more point. One more bullet. Reached a peace treaty with Rome because of her successful military attacks, which led to 400 years of peace and prosperity for Kush.
Oh.
So she was very she was violent because it was necessary to get to the peace.
Right.
In these
Which
times.
is a lot of people's case. So they
Yes.
say, or so they say, but they never really get to the peace. But
right.
Clearly they were scared of her. They were like,
right.
Another person is going to get eaten by a lion. And you know what, Candace?
not one more person will be eaten by a lion.
You know what, Candace? Good.
We're
going to just let
we're gonna peace out with you.
Yeah, we're going to let Kush do their thing. Y'all
So,
go about your business.
I decided to go ahead and do her today because it's so many times when people say, and this is including my husband, that women are that we're so sensitive, and the way that we're wired, that we can't lead armies and stuff like that because we're too sensitive.
We're too emotional.
Yes. And sensitive.
Yes.
So I wanted to read her because we have it in us when we need to be as well, as they put it, gruesome in this on her card, to be as gruesome as we need to be to bring peace to our families and to our countries or whatever we're fighting for.
Right.
So we can be gruesome in the name of peace. I just want to say that.
And that's why you chose to read her?
So that's why I chose to read her today, because sometimes motherfuckers just need to be fed to the lions.
Well, I agree. That's,
I know some people.
I'm all about being fed to the lion. I'm all about that.
Yes, I know you are.
Yes, I am. Like, literally, if I had a pet lion, but I don't have a pet lion. So, metaphorically, I'm all about feeding people to the lions. You know,
yes.
You are dead to me.
Yes, because we need a peaceful world, and some people are just not fucking peaceful. And they need to be fed to the motherfucking lions so we can have some peace around here.
Yeah.
Sorry for all that, but that's just how I felt about it.
That's how you felt. That's
right. Well, that's my feeding to the moment.
That's your feeding to the moment. Well, we're going to go all the way on the other side of that and talk about a happy moment.
Yes. That's happy, though. We got peace for 400 years.
400 years.
Yeah,
so what happened after that?
I don't know what happened.
Who knows? But 400 years, Kush was at peace.
Yes. So.
Thanks to Amon Arenas, and her husband and her son.
Yes.
The one-eyed warrior.
She had an army. Yes. Good girl.
Yeah. Yeah, she lost the eye. See, women today, we lose an eye, we be like, you know what, I'm good.
Right. My eyes going, I can't fight. I only have one eye.
I only have one eye.
She was like, bring it on. Give me my lion. My fucking eye is gone. Eat him, tiger. She named her lion tiger.
Women were stronger. I really do think. I think they were. They were stronger. They had to be.
Yes, they had to be.
They had to be. Now, we've just gotten all weak. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Music.
Yes.
That's my back in the day. Okay, so our back in the day segment.
Yes.
Back in the day. Terri always has all these back in the day segments. I actually have one today.
I'm gonna let her have one.
And you're gonna comment on it though. It was when
I may not.
I remember when I can't remember what birthday, maybe 12th, 11th birthday, and music was cheap. It was $1. Actually, it's $1 now. It's all the way back to being $1 again. You can get music for 99 cents on iTunes, but
you can. That's right.
You can, but we could get albums. We get records. So I got like $5 from my godfather, who let me go to the record store and buy 5 records. And I bought like
cool.
like Entombed or somebody like that. I can't remember who I bought or what I bought, but and it was such an experience to like get $1 or $2 and be able to go to the record store, and you would spend like hours, maybe not hours, but just time perusing, going through the aisles. I know I've spent an hour in Tower at least.
I used to love
just
Tower records.
Going through like albums and looking at album covers and reading the back of the album covers and
looking at the pictures.
Just that whole experience, which I guess is today's online. That's today's scrolling. It's kind of the same thing, and it was a pleasure. It was fun, but kids don't do that anymore. Like there's no physical venue to go to look at records. Yeah. Everything is just digital.
Just like
it's
the bookstore.
Online. It's like the bookstore.
Yeah.
Like we used to have retail. Kids, Toys R Us. Toys R Us is now officially out of business.
Out of there.
It's like...
So you shop online. You look at toys and buy toys online.
I know, but I just feel like the experience of touching... going back to real things. And not to say that shopping online isn't real. It's very real. I love getting my stuff in one day, or 2 days delivery.
Amazon is the bomb.
Amazon, Prime, great. However, it's still something that is just so It's just a connection of physically going to the store. I remember looking at the album covers and reading the album covers and just all of that, and then even meeting people and sharing and have you heard this song, and you haven't heard this song, and it's different than reading people's comments about whether or not this is good. And there's just such a connection in that, and I miss that. I do miss that. I miss the Tower Record days or the Sam Goody days where we just spent time in music stores, man.
I agree with you 100%.
So that's my back in the day segment. I know it will never come back. I know that they do have records.
Things
still.
change.
People now buying records again because I know the what's the store, Barnes and Noble or whatever, they have like a whole section where they sell records.
And that's my biggest fear is that Barnes and Noble is going to go away.
Oh, it is. It is going to go away. Because Books A Million and all the other ones have gone away now. Barnes and Noble, I think, is the only one left.
There's still a Books A Million by my house.
A single one.
I know. I just don't want them to go away. I really don't.
I think they will, and it'll just be public libraries.
I love taking my kids to the bookstore.
You don't take them to the library? You can take them to the library. Libraries will not go away.
And I admit, I don't. I mean, my son, that's where he takes his Chinese lessons. He meets his Chinese teacher there at the library.
Right.
But that's the extent that we really.
Right.
But I will take them to the bookstore.
Right. I take my kids to the bookstore.
Yeah.
Because again, it's the experience of going through, looking at the books, seeing the books. They can sit down, they can read. Completely different than going online. And don't you always get caught up and
you buy more than
they will catch you.
You go there
You'll go to this little sale thing.
Those books just look so good. Yeah. And it looks like, God dog it, I need to read that book. Yeah. That's a good self-help book. I just know it is.
Yeah.
And they're not always are. They not always are. But going into the bookstore just makes you feel good, and it makes you feel like I should read this book.
Right. It makes you feel smart.
It does.
It makes you feel like you're actually caring about learning about something. Yeah. And that's why we take our kids there, because we're like, you should read. Yeah. You should read. Look at all these beautiful books.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, retail. I miss retail.
Yeah.
The retail experience is going away. We've seen it.
It is. And even, you know what? And even talking about, I know this is so off topic, but it's still kind of the same thing. Like, just customer service, like calling to get customer service. You can't fucking talk to nobody anymore. It pisses
Back in the day,
off.
Somebody couldn't answer.
I was doing a Groupon, and the thing that I bought the Groupon for, when I tried to book the appointment, they were like, "Oh, you're out of our area. We don't service that area." So I was like, "Okay, well, I need to call Groupon
and get my Groupon back."
Yeah. So I'm trying to do that, and I can't fucking talk to nobody. So then they want to chat. They do the chat thing.
Oh, yes, they do the chat
and thing. And then if I'm not, like, responding back fast enough, they cut off the fucking chat on me.
You were mad about that?
Yes. I just want to call and talk to somebody.
Somebody real. A real person.
So I can tell them what happened, and they can reimburse or whatever. You can't. Like, you know what? They have to hire people for customer service. Yeah. Like, just stop it already with that.
GoDaddy is the worst too with that. Oh. GoDaddy does not. They are good on that chat. I mean, eventually they will connect you to a real person if you just keep chatting something dumb or just saying I don't understand or I need to speak with someone. They'll connect you to someone real. But yeah. Customer service is going away. Retail is going away. This is the evolution of where we are.
And I just feel like people need jobs anyway, so let's hire people to be customer service.
Yeah, but people don't want to pay for that. Companies don't want to pay. And that's what happens. So,
anyway.
That's our Back in the Day segment.
Back in the day.
Record stores, real people, customer service. We want them back.
We do.
Toys R Us.
Womp womp.
I want them back.
I want them back too.
But people aren't buying. So.
Well, almost the Toys R Us thing, I have to guiltily say.
See, you bought everything online.
Well, taking my kids to Toys R Us is just a mess because they want every fucking thing. So now I can't take them because we're not there.
But the experience is for the kids, not the experience for Toys R Us was not for adults. The kids won't have that experience.
Right.
We liked it when we were kids.
Of course.
So that's what I'm saying. The Toys R Us store, we want our kids to have that experience, but it's gone. So it's not like Nina Holiday's about to buy Toys R Us. So that's that.
We might.
I mean, that's not what I would invest in. I'm not investing in Toys R Us
store.
No.
No.
Because clearly, if Toys R Us couldn't make it work.
Right. Right.
They didn't close for fun.
Oh,
they closed because they
what was his name, Jeff? What's the giraffe's name on?
I didn't even know the
he had a name. do you know if they had a name? Toys R Us.
Toys R Us giraffe.
It was Jeff.
Jeff sounds right.
Jeffrey. See?
Jeffrey?
It was Jeffrey.
Oh,
Jeffrey
okay.
the giraffe. Toys R Us. No more. He's dead.
I know the song. He's not dead.
Yeah, the giraffe is dead.
Okay.
Toys R Us has gone away.
He has a permanent home where?
Jeffrey the giraffe has a permanent home.
The real one. Well, where was he? Oh,
Jeffrey San Antonio.
So
Jeffrey San Antonio is where he is now? He's in San Antonio doing what?
Jeffrey the giraffe,
hanging out
the
with
Toys
another
R Us
company?
giraffe has been adopted by another company.
Ambassador to a giraffe conservatory.
Oh, wow.
So he's the ambassador
he is
to
the
a
ambassador
giraffe
conservatory where they have real
conservatory.
giraffes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh,
Okay,
that
well,
is
Jeffrey,
cute.
the stuffed animal.
See,
Jeffrey,
you tried to kill
kept
him
the
off.
Job.
Jeffrey's still
Well,
there.
he's
He
no
just
more the
relocated.
spokesperson for Toys R Us
No,
now.
he has a new home. He
He has
evolved.
a new home.
He evolved. He's actually hanging with living giraffes now. He has a better home.
That is a better home.
Yeah.
Good for him. Yay, Jeffrey the giraffe.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, what's our entertainment news?
And today in entertainment news, the Carters. The freaking
That's all you've been talking
Carters.
about. So like,
It's
Carters.
all I've been. I fucking love them. I want them to adopt me. They are doing it so right.
The Carters are.
They're
That
doing
would be
it
Jay-Z
so
and
right.
Beyonce
Yes.
for all of those who live in a box and don't know who the Carters are.
Oh my God, this album. Well, shit, the last fucking.
All their albums,
Ugh.
everything they do.
But
Everything
everybody
they
keeps
touch.
asking me what's my favorite song on the
What is your
Carters, on
favorite
the album.
song?
I keep listing all of them. I keep saying, ooh, I really
Because
like.
it's only like 8 or 9
I really
of them,
like
right?
this. Yeah, it's 9 songs.
Yeah, 9 songs.
And fucking Ape Shit is badass. Boss is badass.
Yeah, nice.
Badass.
Black Effect, though, I think is my favorite now. At least
I
this
just can't
year.
have a favorite. 713 is fucking badass. Friends, badass. Heard About Us? What?
So you just,
Heard About Us?
Terry likes the whole
badass.
album.
Love Happy.
Love Happy I like.
I love.
But it's not my favorite, definitely not.
Black Effect. I just love them all. I can't even pick a favorite because they're
And
all
they just
my
popped
favorite.
that album up to see if we had been
If
in
I have
Tower
to say
Records.
one is not my favorite, and maybe because it's the first one and they've been playing it so much, it's Summertime. Summer.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not one of my favorites, but I still love it. But all of the rest of them I can't choose because
Okay. Because
they
it just
all
depends on
speak
your
to
mood.
me. They all speak to me,
Okay.
no matter what kind of mood I'm in. They're all fucking right. They're just right.
She loves the Carters.
I just think they're smart.
I do. I think they're smart. I just like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And I think they're really trying to tell us some shit.
I agree with that.
They're trying to tell us some shit. So I just,
Well, and what is it? What? Okay, so let's go to this. What is one point you would say you got out of this ass album? Like, what is something that you?
The Friends song, just about the value of friendships and how if I'm balling and I'm a millionaire and you're fucking struggling,
If I'm broke.
that's unacceptable.
Right.
That is not a successful life. We all have, like, the crew all has to be
crew
balling.
has to eat.
Can't just be one.
Right.
Love that. God, it's just so.
And they talk about their relationship. They talk about the little
Yeah,
bit
they talk
of
about-
I think that's the thing, and the fact that
they broke up, they got back together,
and then
She
they
was
made
like,
the power move. But then
yes.
she also talked about it. She also talked
Yeah,
about I was
she
angry,
like,
I was mad,
I was gonna
regular.
slap that bitch. I was gonna kill you. I was gonna slap that bitch. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He was like, whoa, 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 slow down, B. What? No, we being real with these people, right?
Right.
I'm like, what? Yes, keep it real. Because everybody's going through
Because
shit.
everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like it. I
do
like
too.
it. I do. I like them. I just think they're just an awesome example of power.
They are.
Yeah.
If she was worried about streams, she would have put Lemonade on Spotify. What?
They didn't put Lemonade on Spotify?
Obviously she didn't.
Oh.
That was
one of her lines in the
that was
thing.
one of the lyrics.
Well, they put
Yeah.
this. Well, I mean, it's the fact that they came out with this album. First of all, nobody knew. The fact that they
They
just keep
never
doing
did.
these
They
secret
just keep
albums.
doing-
Who's doing
and now
that?
other people are doing
It
it.
won't even matter.
But yeah, it won't matter because
It
the
won't
other people
matter.
do it now. But they've
So what?
been doing it.
Yeah, these secret albums that they just drop on you and nobody knows that they're coming.
Yeah.
So therefore,
To be like, oh
they're
my
just
God,
so
we wake
powerful
up
they
in
don't
the
have to
morning.
market
Right.
anything.
We just wake up
You
in
wake
the
up
morning
and it's
be
like,
like,
boom.
oh my God, Beyonce and Jay-Z dropped the album today. What?
on their own streaming site.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
On their own streaming site.
Yes, and that was another thing he said. He was like, he said, what did he say?
I mean, it's
like,
all other stuff
y'all want to work with the man, but y'all don't want to. No, y'all want to work for the man, but y'all don't want to work with me.
Right.
That's irking to me.
Yeah.
Fuck right there. Get the fuck out of here. I love Jay-Z. I love Beyonce. I think you guys are, like I said, I think they're trying to teach us something.
I think they are trying to teach us something.
So, I could go on and on, but I'm not.
No, we're not, because we have so many things to talk about today.
Yes.
But that's our thing. So if you haven't heard it, go check it out.
Get the Carters.
Get the Carters.
It's fucking awesome.
Love Happy? Is that the name of the? No, that's
no,
not
it's
the name
the
of
Carters.
The Carters is the name of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brooklyn wants to know who the woman is doing the guy's hair. Like, she was just so
Oh,
obsessed
in the
with
picture, the
she was
album
like, who are these
cover.
people in this picture? Why is she
Queen
doing
and the
her
King.
hair? That's what I said.
That's it.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I love that.
The Carters, go get it.
It made me want to braid Karan's hair.
Did it?
Yeah.
My husband doesn't have any hair.
Yeah, you're right. He doesn't have any hair. I was about to say, well, Karan's hair is too short.
Yeah,
but yeah.
and he
he
has
doesn't.
no hair. But, you
He has
know,
a sexy bald head.
he does.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me want to do anything with it. But
Brother,
yes,
shut it up.
But
But
we listened to it together, so it was our husband and wife time.
Yeah.
And then we dissected the album and
Yeah,
talked
it's
about it.
fucking phenomenal.
So that was our that was how the Carters helped us.
Yeah.
Brought us together a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
good.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so entertainment, our funny segment. So a few weeks ago, back when in the first season, we did an episode about the Smiths. Well, we not an episode. It wasn't an episode. We did a moment. I don't even remember what it was about, but it was Will.
I think we were just
something.
talking about Will and
we were just laughing because we were like, I think they're awesome, but we need to stop talking about it. And
Yeah,
I said,
because
no.
I kept talking about them,
Yeah.
like I'm doing Jay-Z and Beyonce, just like on their nuts. And I was like, damn, why do I keep talking about how awesome and fucking bomb Will Smith is?
You were like, Jay's
I was
like,
I need to relax myself. Let me get off his nuts. And you were like, no, because they're great.
I want to celebrate them. I think we need to celebrate positive couples and family and love, and they are an example of that.
Yeah.
People talk about them, they don't care.
Yeah.
People have all of these misconceptions of who they are and how they are and how they marriage and how they treat, how they parent their kids. And it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, they are still moving forward with a positive affirmation of love and showing us how they love.
So this is our Smith family segment.
So this is our Smith family segment, which may not be every segment, but it is their segment. So Will Smith recently talked about.
That's not recent though.
Well, it wasn't
you keep
recent.
saying it's recent.
Well, I thought it was recent. I thought it was like a couple weeks ago.
It's
not.
No, it's been that way for years.
But he made an announcement a couple weeks ago.
They always said this, but I think maybe the media
Now it's just come and bring it back up again.
Guess so.
Okay, so this isn't recently, but the Smiths, they say they aren't married. They say they are life partners, and because they say they're never, ever.
They didn't say they weren't married, but
see,
they don't consider it a marriage.
No,
they consider themselves life
This
partners.
is what the article said. See, so maybe this is a new thing. The new thing is that he just went on some show and said they don't consider themselves married. They don't use the word marriage. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, but they don't consider it a marriage. They consider it a life partnership.
Okay.
But they had a wedding ceremony. They got
Don't
married.
call themselves, okay, Will Smith, this is E! News, 4 hours ago. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith don't call themselves married. Will Smith reveals why he and Jada don't say they're married anymore.
Oh,
So, see, and it was recently, 4 hours. 4 hours is recent. So maybe they're just now coming back again, and now they're reinstating all
or
this
maybe
stuff all
I'm just
over
more
again.
in the inner and knew that this is how they
So
have
I
operated.
think because you have a relationship with Will and Jada, and you've worked with Will
Because
Smith,
I've worked with them.
then behind closed doors they've
Maybe.
been saying it. So now maybe publicly they're
Maybe.
saying it. But what I love about it is they're basically saying we're never ever going to break up and we're life partners.
Yeah.
You and I are married. We're both married to men and other men because we're married too. We're married in our business relationship because I think marriage can be a lot of other things outside of husband and wife. And so it's so easy for us to say we're business partners, we're life partners in business because when you start to think about us in Nina Holiday, it's no doubt in my mind saying Nina Holiday will never ever like that.
Right.
So even after we die, we hope to continue the business with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times when you speak in terms of marriage, you don't, because we're just in a society where like, well, if it doesn't work out,
just
divorce
it.
Divorce it. Just end it. And so I really like the fact that they have come out and they've said this, because it really, just even the word life partners puts a whole nother spin and a whole nother, not a spin is the wrong word, but a whole nother expectation on what we have.
Yeah.
And only because the word married and marriage has become so tainted. You know, back in the day, people used to think marriage was forever.
Everything. Yeah.
And so I like that. So I think I might start to try to adopt that. I might adopt that with my particular marriage. And say that we're life partners, because we have family, we have kids together, and so your life will forever be connected to this person, no matter what.
That's true.
Whether you guys have a piece of paper or no piece of paper, and so it automatically makes me think, well, I have to take care of this person for the rest of my life, in whatever kind of condition they're in. This is the person that I have to go through this journey.
And you support and you want the best for this person. And, you know, that is definitely what I feel Will and Jada have always been. Like, they always are supportive of each other. They you know, it's like they take a stand together no matter what's going on in the tabloids, no matter what. It's like they always take the stand together. Like, they are forever together.
Right.
And, you know, I love and respect what they're doing and how they roll. I love Jada's show, Red Table, and the stuff that she's just addressing, and the vulnerability that she's showing. The honesty. Because, you know, we've all, just growth is a part of life. And if you're not growing and changing, then there's something wrong with you.
I agree.
And I love the vulnerability of that show, of her showing, you know, and exposing her growth in her journey, and, you know,
and her normalness, like,
and her very normalness. She's very normal. Like, Jada's very regular, around the way. You know, you can hang out and have a fucking conversation with her that's just real.
Right.
She doesn't, and this is the same thing about Jay-Z and Beyonce too. It's like when you're around them, you don't get the feeling like, they're acting like celebrities, or they're like stars. It's like you can sit down and have a fucking real conversation. And with Will, Jada, it was always like that. They make you feel like you're all on the same level.
Right. And everybody famous doesn't do that. So
I love that.
So I like that. So that's our Will Smith family moment. Like,
it's the Smith
family moment. Sorry, I said Will Smith family moment, but it's not. It's the Smith family moment. Life partners.
Yes, thank you.
Look at your mate as your life partner. Forever.
I do.
Yeah.
So we have to learn from each other.
Yep.
And speaking of this life partnership.
Yes.
Our topic for the day. What time is it?
Our topic for the day, I don't know. 12:48.
Okay.
Our topic for the day is partnerships and families and blended families. Blended families.
Yeah. And specifically with the kids.
With kids. Well, that makes it a blended family, right?
Yeah, but we're talking specifically this time that moment of transition.
Yes.
Of when the child that's been living under your roof, now the other parent is going to take the lead, and that child is going to live with the other parent now.
Right. Because that's what's happening in my house. So my son
and Anthony are dealing with that now, where I dealt with that last year.
Right. So it's interesting, and it's hard. It's not easy, because selfishly you just want your child to be with you, because you just feel like you can do the best. I mean, it's all ego. It's like, oh, I can do the best. I can provide the best. I know more. I can do X, Y, Z. They need me. But I think unconditionally, just like you have to go into a partnership unconditional, you have to really love and trust and respect your kids unconditionally. And when your kid says, this is what I need, you have to be able to, as a parent, hear them and know that you have to take yourself out of that equation and do what is best for the kid. That is always a challenge. And I think with blended families, split families, we see it. We see where the parents meddle and don't always have the kid's best interest. because
or they may
it's hard, or in your mind you may think they do. Or parents, hold things against the other parent because they're mad or whatever. But that's not this situation. So this situation, yes, my 13-year-old is about to go live with his biological mom, which he hasn't lived with since he was 1. So it's definitely a transition because we've raised him, and now he's a 13-year-old with a mustache, and he's 5'8", and he wants to go live with his mom. And he came to us with a very good, it was a very sensible, wasn't even an argument. He said, I want to get to know my mom, and it's not fair that I don't. And I couldn't even argue with that because I have a great relationship with my mom. I didn't come from a blended home. My husband did not. My husband's mother lives around the corner from us. He sees her all the time. And so I, at that point, had to really say, I don't even know what he's going through. Yeah. And if he comes to me and says what he's going through, who am I to say, no, you'll be okay? Like, that's unfair. So I'm excited about his new journey because he is going to get to know her, and he's moving out west, and it's going to be a whole different lifestyle.
Is as adults, we make decisions for our lives that affect our kids. Meaning we find a mate, we have a family with them, or have a kid, and then things don't work out between us, and we decide we're going to split up. That kid has no decision in that. You're still his mom and you're still his dad. He doesn't have a decision because you guys decided to break up. And so he still deserves to have time under the roof with his dad and time under a roof with his mom. And we can't alter our kids' journey. We
do alter our kids' journey.
I know, but everyone has a journey. That we have to live, and some of it is good and some of it bad. It doesn't matter. It's all of our own journey, the stuff that we go through and been through, and we try to protect our kids as much as we can. But in the end, they have to have the journey that's paved out for them. Right. So we should not step in the way of that. Right. But
at what point?
Time for my
Dalen was how old when he?
16.
16.
So when it came time for my son, but I always knew when we divorced and Dalen came with me to live with me. Of course, him and his dad always had a great relationship. Right. So I always knew in the back of my head when we moved on, he was 6, and so I always thought that when he becomes a teenager, he's definitely gonna live with his dad. So that was always in the back of my mind, even though I want my baby with me. Right. But I was like, but that's not my journey. I have to allow him. And so when he did turn 15, before high school started, I asked him if he wanted to go live in California with his dad, and he said no because he had all his friends here and he didn't want to go. And then just last year, we were talking, and he said he thought it was time for him to go live with his dad. And I was like, here's the moment. So I was prepared, and I was so excited for him. And I was excited for his dad. Right. I was like, his dad
gets to experience man
and raising his son in his house.
Yeah.
And so I just think that we have to take our gloves off, and we have to let these kids be parented by both their parents.
Yeah, because both their parents, they're made up of these.
That's right.
People.
Right, and I don't want any emptiness or any holes in our kids. Yeah. So let's, give them as much time with both parents to be loved by both parents as possible.
Yeah, I agree. So that's what we're doing. That's what's happening in our house, the Beedles house. So I will keep you good people posted on that. But yes, I'm excited and then I'm sad. So it's both because I have, of course, been his mom and have raised him for, I don't even know, 10 years?
Yeah.
So it's like 10 years, close to 10 years. But it's good. It's kind of one of those bittersweet moments where I'm excited for his relationship.
It's going to be so exciting when he comes home for
the
summer and stuff like that.
It is. Because he's going to be different. Now I'm going to be like, oh, what did you learn? What did you this? And what did you that? So it's going to be good.
And it also, it just transforms you guys' relationship too.
Yes.
He's going to come back and he's going to have these other experiences that he's bringing with him. And you guys.
And that's another thing too I'm really excited about because I do feel like sometimes we shelter our kids.
Of course.
And we give them this little corner. And I remember when I was 15, 16, I begged my mother to go let me live to New York with my aunt, and she would not let me go. Because I was like, I'm going to be a dancer. I want to do that. And she would not. She was like, you're out of your mind. And although it was just my aunt, I was like, she didn't have kids.
Right.
So now I feel like, you know, he's going to have this experience that I could never give him. He's going to have 6 other brothers and sisters there. And so for that, I'm excited. But I would love to hear all the comments, because I know there's so many of us are from blended families, or we have kids from other marriages. We've got several friends who literally, you alter your life. You move to certain states and this so that both the parents can, you know, co-parent the kid. And so I would love to hear the comments. I'd love to hear people comment on that. Like, how do you do it? How do you manage? Is it easy? Is it hard? Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's not fair? You know, just comments about.
And it's different for every situation, but you know.
Yeah.
I just pray that we always keep the kids
first. Right.
And allow them to experience life, not necessarily our life, but their own life.
Yeah, that's key.
Yeah.
So that's our segment. That was it. It was quick. It was short. It was sweet.
Yes. The first episode for season 2 of I Look Good Naked podcast, and we want to thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
Follow us. I'm at Terri J Vaughn. That's TerriJ VAUGHN. At ILGN podcast.
Yes.
And at Cas Sigers.
Sigers. So it's CAS SIGERS.
Yeah.
Yes.
Follow us. Thank you for tuning in for this episode of I Look Good Naked podcast.
See you later.